to go now, and just looking at the speed of this peloton, Brian, they're all strung out here. Still no breakaway, still no one quite happy with the composition of this. Everybody wants to be in it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was mentioning before, when you've got, you know, two big favourites, how can you get the best result? You cannot sit and wait. You have to. Well, some can sit and try and race with the Van der Poel and Pogacar, but as we've seen recently, it's very difficult to do that. So there's a lot of teams here who want to try and get the best result possible, and one of them is by getting themselves in the breakaway. And when you get yourself in the breakaway, then it's a little bit easier. There's less fighting, of course, onto the sectors. And if you do have a little bit of a mishap, the team car's there, you can get a little bit more help. But in the main peloton, you find yourself, if you have trouble, you can go from the front to the back of the race very, very quickly. So, of course, there is a little bit of kind of fingers crossed in this race to make sure that, you know, you have a little bit of luck. Not everybody gets through this race without having any sort of problem. So you want to try and eliminate that. And last year, and we've seen it last week in the Ron van Vlaanderen, we start racing with about 100 on the Molenberg with about 100 kilometres to go. Last year in this race, Pogacar went with 103 to go. I can understand the psychology around that, because when you're in this big peloton, Joe, and you do have a little bit of a mishap, the length of the peloton, the team cars are behind. You've got a harder fight to get back. So I believe that, especially in technical races like this with cobbles and things, a lot of kind of hidden dangers, you want to split it up. I think Pogacar would rather be in a smaller group in front, where he has got the team car behind, and if something does happen, they're quickly on the scene. Although last year that did happen. But if you follow Pogacar over the winter periods, he's been here so many times. When he said after Milan-San Remo, when he won it, well, I don't have to go along the coast to San Remo and, you know, go up and down the Cipressa and the Poggio now. I can give that a miss. He's been here so many times. He learned last year, but I think he's put a lot more effort into reconning Paris-Roubaix this year. And for me, he is the favourite for today.
I'm really finding it fascinating how everybody is saying Pogacar for the win here, and I'm not against that. I mean, and my heart is certainly with Wout van Aert, who we just mentioned earlier. But I just wanted to pick up on what you said earlier about the luck that's involved in this race, and the problems around every corner, the hidden dangers, all of that. And something I find that I actually quite enjoy is explaining Paris-Roubaix as a race to a non-cycling fan. I always say to people, if you're going to watch one-day race of the year, this is the one to watch, flag to finish. And I try, you know, I really sell it how fascinating it is, you know, from a fan's point of view myself, not from a commentator's point of view, and trying to explain it to people about how the cobbles are so key to this race, the pavé sectors, and how there's the risk of puncturing, the risk of crashing. And people say to me, but surely that doesn't, you know, that's not fair. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the whole point of it. It's all, there's so much luck involved. There's so many sort of hazards around every corner. And then you say, well, what about the end of the race? And then I say, well, the race finishes on a velodrome, and your prize for winning is a cold shower. So it's an absolutely bonkers race, but we certainly love it, and we of course are here for flag to finish coverage today. So we're getting all this running as well to the cobbles, where the tension is really, really building, which is you know, exactly what we all like and what we're all getting excited about. Just having a look here at these runners just trying to form this breakaway, still not clear. 216.5 kilometres to go. We began at 258 kilometres is the distance of this race. No breakaway just yet. A lot of runners looking over their shoulders, just trying to see if any difference has been made. We've still got Dr. Michael Hutchinson with us, and I know we're going to dig into all the tech that we've got at this race, because it's especially fascinating. We've been talking tyre widths, we've been talking chain rings. I'm going to come back to that in just a few seconds, because I believe we've got an Instagram post to show you from LeBron James. If I'm hearing my producer in my ear correctly, that is. We've got a bit of a split forming at the front here. We're going to come back to that soon. I don't think no real panic at the moment, but we do have this social media to come up now. Let's see what he's had to say. Well, greatness awaits at Paris-Roubaix. There we go. Superstars here, fans of this monument, and we are all so excited. Get that audio, but I'm sure you can find the post on Instagram yourself. You'll know what you're doing there. But Hutch, we've been talking about the tech. We've been getting very excited. We've been having people out there with calipers measuring tyre widths, and it's just a world away from well, my racing days when we were sort of thinking about like 27 mil sort of tyres back then.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, I've certainly snuck around places like Paris-Roubaix with a pair of calipers in my pocket, sneakily measuring tyres, because sometimes they're not even marked up correctly.
Love that. As you should do.
I've been thrown out of quite a few paddocks before now for things like that. And it's, there's a lot of time. I think actually by the sound of it, we're going to have another go at that Instagram
Sorry,
post,
I've brought you on a terrible point.
Yeah, so why don't we kind of catch up in a second or two?
Yeah, it wasn't just me with audio issues there. I think it was everybody. So we are about to go back to see what LeBron James has to say about Paris-Roubaix.